What is going on, guys? It is your boy, the Nitro General here, and welcome back to the semifinals of the NPBA against the German Gengar Gang and Coach Dome. Now, Dome is the number 2 team in the league, right? Neither of us had to fight in playoffs, and we fought in the semifinals, which is not where I wanted to fight him. I was really hoping that if we made it to the finals, we could fight him there, because he's the one team that I was super scared about. Like, out of any of the other ones that we could have fought in semifinals, he's the one that I really didn't want to fight. But you know what? If we make it to finals, we make it to finals. If we don't, we don't. Either way, we had a great season. So, but before we get into this, guys, if you are excited for this, make sure you leave a like down below and subscribe if you guys are new. All that good stuff. My end of the year goal is 300 subscribers, so make sure you guys are subscribed if you guys want to help me hit that. As well as there should be some timestamps floating somewhere on screen over here in post-production, as long as I remember, for the time of when the battle starts. So if you guys do want to skip the post-production, you can, but I really appreciate if you guys will help out my watch time by just doing this, watching this stuff. I do think I'm going to have a different style for next season, so it's a little bit quicker. And for this week and next week, we're going to try our best to not really drawn on in the beginning. So if you guys do just want to check out the teams, you don't have to worry about it being too long. So with that being said, let's just get right into his team. So his team consists of Ogerpon, Wellspring, Mamoswine, Hitmonchan, Alolan Muck, Porygon 2, which is his Terra Captain, that can Terra into a normal Ghost or Fighting type. That's the only one I know out of his 2, because it's the only one that I feel like is going to show up. Torracat, Comfey, Charizard, Haunter, Chi-Yu, and Murkrow. Now, obviously, he's got a really scary team. I mean, he's got 4 really hard hitters with Hitmonchan, Ogerpon, Mamoswine, and Chi-Yu. Ogerpon is really scary. Obviously, he's the only other team in the league to draft an Ogerpon besides ourselves. But obviously, it's Swords Dance, Ivy Cudgel, Horn Leech knockoff, Follow Me, Spiky Shield, all that kind of stuff. It's an incredibly scary Pokemon. Intimidate, Hitmontop I think is fairly scary too. Close Combat, Rapid Spin, Knockoff, Mach Punch, all that kind of stuff is just really scary. Mamoswine being able to go for a Earthquake, Ice Shard, Icicle Crash, all that kind of stuff is really scary. And he does have 2 flying types and a Levitator, so if he does want to just go for an Earthquake over like a Stomping Tantrum, he can. He's got Muck, obviously, as a Toxic Spike Absorber, which is just really good in general. Gunk Shot does get access to Swords Dance in this new generation, so I don't want to like ignore that thing, because it could, if I do ignore it, it can come in and do a lot of damage. I don't feel like he brings it because of Ursaluna, but we never know. Porygon 2, obviously, I do believe it's coming with Terra Ghost just for our Hitmonchan, but I don't know. Obviously, it's really bulky with the Eviolite. Does get access to stuff like Recover, Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt, Psychic, Tri-Attack, all that kind of stuff. Torracat is just Incineroar, just not as good. He's got 2 really good NFEs in Torracat and Haunter, but obviously Parting Shot, Fake Out, Knockoff, all the good stuff that Incineroar gets, Flare Blitz. So we do have to worry about this thing. Comfey obviously can go around with Triage and get priority on his healing moves. Obviously can go for stuff like Life Dew, Draining Kiss, stuff like that. Charizard I feel like is hard to build for, because I've seen it being run special and physical. So he could run a Dragon Dance set, or if he could just run regular. Special, I don't believe Charizard comes, but he does have access to Sunny Day on Murkrow to be able to set up Sunny Day Solar Power Charizard and have the Sun for his Torracat and his Chi-Yu too, which is incredibly scary. Now Chi-Yu obviously gets stuff like Dark Balls, Flamethrower, Fire Blast, Psychic. Super scary mon. Definitely really big threat. I almost said Gengar. Haunter is pretty big threat too. We have to actually drafted this thing the one time we won the NPBA, so I know how good it is. You don't even need a Eviolite. In fact, I don't even think this thing benefits from the Eviolite. I think it's better either Scarfed or Specked, in my opinion. Just get Shadow Ball, Pain Split, Destiny Bond, all that kind of stuff. Thunderbolt. So it's definitely a really, really scary mon. Murkrow, I do believe he's bringing Murkrow, and I think he's going to bring it in a specific way that I'll note in the team builder here in a minute. But obviously gets access to Prankster, so Taunt, Tailwind, Sunny Day, like I said, does get access to Brave Bird, Foul Play, Knockoff, that kind of stuff. But that's his team, guys. Let's get right into the team that I'm bringing. Alright, guys, so this is the team that we're bringing against Dome in the German Gengar gang for semifinals of the NPBA. First off, we're starting off with Ursaluna, Assault Vest Ursaluna to try to take Dark Pulses from the Chi-Yu, as well as a Focus Blast from Haunter, stuff like that. Specifically for the Chi-Yu. He's already physically defensive enough. I felt like Assault Vest was really good. That way, we could take a lot more Dark Pulses if he decided to go for it. We are running max HP, max special attack with the remaining 4 special defense with a calm nature. So, trying to be as especially defensive as we can, strictly for that Chi-Yu. We have Blood Moon, hits everything on his team except for Mammal Swine for unresisted damage. Earth Power hits one of his 2 fire types as well as Muck. Vacuum Wave is really good to pick off weakened Pokemon, specifically the Mammal Swine. And then Focus Blast if we did want to hit the Mammal Swine, Chi-Yu, or the Torracat. I just realized he's got 2 Fire Dark Pokemon. That's strange to me in one draft, but I mean, I understand why he drafted both of them, so, because they're both really good. But, yeah, so next one up is we're bringing our own Ogerpon. This is kind of a counter to his own Ogerpon, because obviously, it beats us 1v1. However, because of sturdy, I feel like it'd be better if we could withstand a hit from him, go for a Horn Leech, and then go for another move on another Pokemon and try to take it out. So that's what I'm trying to do this week, running max speed, max attack with an adamant nature, meaning 4 in HP, right? Horn Leech, Ivy Cudgel, Spiky Shield, and Taunt. Ivy Cudgel hits pretty much all of his Pokemon, right? All of his Pokemon for you know, non-resistant damage. Horn Leech is just really, really good for his own Ogerpon, as well as Mammal Swine for neutral damage. Spiky Shield's really good for some of his physical type attackers, and Taunt's good if we want to stop the Murkrow, as well as if we want to stop the Haunter, or even like the Torracat. Since we outspeed it, we could just stop it from going for its parting shots and stuff like that. So that's the theory behind this one. And we got Ninetales up here with Light Clay, Aurora Veil, Freeze Dry, Icy Wind to protect, with max speed and max special attack with a modest nature, remaining 4 in HP. So my whole thing here is that I believe he's bringing Sunny Day Murkrow. I do believe he's either watching these videos or he's watching the replays back. So he knows we went for Mental Herb twice. So I don't feel like he just goes for Taunt, because if he goes for Taunt, then we shake it off with Mental Herb, because obviously Murkrow is, he knows that I know that he's bringing Murkrow, right? So I believe he's bringing Sunny Day instead. Sunny Day will obviously stop us from setting up Aurora Veil completely, as well as giving a boost to one of his 3 Fire-type Pokemon on his team. So that's incredibly scary. I am running Light Clay instead of Mental Herb, because that way, you know, we can still get the 5-turn Aurora Veil up with Light Clay if we do get to set it up, instead of running it specifically for that one set. So I do believe he's running Sunny Day. That's going to be my thing. He could let me set up the Snow if he wants the defense buff for his Mammal Swine, but that's really going to be up to him. I don't think the defense buff is going to totally save him. We then have Hitmonchan here with Punch Glove, Iron Fist, max attack, max speed with an adamant nature, Drain Punch, Mach Punch, Fake Out, and Thunder Punch. This thing honestly has not done nearly as much this season as it has in previous seasons, but I am bringing it because I think it'll be really, really good against his team in general, right? Drain Punch is just really good against his team. Mach Punch is good to pick off a weakened Pokemon. Fake Out just overall is really good. And Thunder Punch is good so he can't bring in Charizard, thinking that he hard counters me. As well as Thunder Punch lets us hit a Haunter or a Terra Ghosted Porygon 2, so we're not put in a situation where we can't do anything, right? Now we're Ambipom here, Silk Scarf Technician, Fake Out, Double Hit, Thief, and Trailblaze. I have Trailblaze on here because I didn't know what the third move to run was, but because he does have access to Prankster Tailwind, you know, it is nice that he does have some slower Pokemon, so we could go for a Trailblaze if he knows he's going for Tailwind, and then still be able to outspeed things like Muck, Porygon 2, Torracat, Comfey, stuff like that inside of the Tailwind, right? Thief is just for that Haunter or the Terra Ghosted Porygon 2, and then Fago and Double Hit's just really, really good for his team in general. So, last one up here, guys, is we're bringing probably the MVP of the season, and Terra, Water, Intimidate, and Eviolite Quillfish. So, max HP, max attack with an Adamant Nature, remaining 4 in special defense, Crunch, Gunk Shot, Liquidation, Knuckle Chat, right? The combination of Crunch and Gunk Shot hits so much of his team, as well as Liquidation is really good, not in the sun, with Terra Water, allows us to go from taking super effective damage from Mamoswine to taking just neutral damage from Mamoswine. And then Aqua Jet's obviously just really good to help pick off. That is our team, guys. Let's get right into the battle. Alright, guys, so here we are in the battle against Dome. It does have to be, unfortunately, post-battle commentary, just because we just couldn't line up on a time. So if we do make it to next week, which obviously I know if we do or we don't, but I'll try my best to do post-battle commentary, but we may not even have to worry about it, so... Or not have to do post-battle commentary is what I'm trying to think of. So, so he does have pretty much is what I expected, except for there is no Torracat, which I thought was kind of crazy, and he did break Porygon 2. So I felt like he was going to lead his own Ogerpon, as well as Murkrow, to try to stop me from setting up the Aurora Veil, right? So I led with my own Ogerpon, as well as our Ambipom. So he says good luck. Obviously I can't talk because, you know, Showdown is a bunch of just wusses. So, but he does double protect here. I went for a Fake Out and an Ivy Cudgel to try to take out the Murkrow in general here, but it didn't work out. So now I decide that it was not in my best bet to do the same thing. I felt like if I just went for a Horn Leech on Ogerpon, he was probably going to go for an Ivy Cudgel into my Ogerpon, right? If we double and I double hit an Ogerpon as well as Horn Leech, I think we took it out. So he does do exactly what I thought. We do withstand because of Sturdy. I double hit on Ogerpon here, which is really good. Takes it down to 46%. Go for a Horn Leech, and we take out Ogerpon turn 2, which is huge. He now goes into Mamoswine here. I switch into Quillfish to take a Ice Shard, which is really good. We do see that he's oblivious here. He goes for an Icy Wind, which isn't terrible because Tailwind, inside Tailwind, we don't Spout Speed anything anyways. I do a decent amount to Mamoswine here, which I think is really good. I now Terra Water. He takes me out with Foul Play, which I think is really, really big because I did not expect him to have Foul Play on this thing. But now we see his entire set, and he's not running Taunt or Sunny Day, which I could not believe. But, unfortunately, we do flinch here, so we can't really do anything. I go into Hitmonchan here. He goes into Hitmontop. He gets the Intimidate off, which is really good. He totally nullifies my strategy here. I go for the Mach Punch. Actually does, what, 19%? Which is actually pretty good to a Hitmontop. I go for the Liquidation into Murkrow. He's obviously protected. I decide now that it's my best interest to switch out into our Ogerpon here to sack it on what I expected was a fighting type move. He Tailwinds and he flinches with Fake Out. I then go into Ninetales because I know I can set up Aurora Veil now. He Foul Plays, just like nothing. He Close Combats on Hitmonchan, almost takes it out, but we do a butt ton of damage with Drain Punch, taking it all the way down to 32, and then he gets the Citrus Berry. Goes for the Power Play again, does not take out Hitmonchan, goes for the Close Combat on Ninetales, doesn't do too much. I get the Light Clay boosted, and we take out the Hitmontop because he was -2 defense. Even with the -1 attack stat, Hitmonchan has now gotten 2 kills, or 1 kill, right? Now, I do believe he's going for a Fire-type move into Ninetales, so I decide to protect just in case he does go for a Dark Pulse instead. And then I just click Drain Punch on the Chi-Yu. It's exactly what happens. He actually switches into Mamoswine, which is really good. I protect. We don't take the Flamethrower. We go for the Drain Punch, and we take out the Chi-Yu, even though we're -1 attack, which is huge. So now it's Mamoswine. He brings in Porygon 2. I go for an Icy Wind here, lowering the Mamoswine so that Hitmonchan could outspeed it. I don't attack the Porygon 2 because I thought he was going to go for Terra Ghost here, that he does not, right? So we go for Drain Punch, but because we're minus attack, the defense buff does allow him to live it, right? He goes for the Rock Slide, does not do too much, and actually misses on Ninetales. He goes for the Tri-Attack on Hitmonchan. I know he's not Terra Ghosted, so I risk it now. He goes for the Ice Shot on Hitmonchan. I take it out with Icy Wind, and then we go for the Drain Punch on Porygon 2 now, and we do a ton back and get a ton. But now it's just Murkrow and Porygon 2, and we have 5 mounts left. I do believe that it's GG's here, but just to conserve, I go into Quillfish here. I Icy Wind, slow down Murkrow a little bit, as well as the Porygon 2. He plays Quillfish. He goes for the recover on Porygon 2. I go for the Icy Wind again, as well as I go for the Liquidation on Porygon 2 here. And then once again, he plays on Ninetales. He Tri-Attacks on Ninetales. I switch into Ursaluna here, and I go for the Liquidation, take out the Murkrow. So he goes for the recover once more. Now I go for the Liquidation and a Blood Moon. It takes him down pretty low. And he goes for the Tri-Attack on Ursaluna. And now, to stop him from being able to recover stall us, I just go for our 2 priority moves, an Aqua Jet and Vacuum Wave, and we take out Porygon 2 and secure a 5-0 win against the #1 team in the league, and that puts your Baltimore Blazekins in the championship, guys, in the finals against the Golden Gold Girls, the probably scariest team in the league. So I don't expect we're going to win it. We've made it to finals a couple other times since we won, and we've lost in finals. It's got an incredibly scary team. I didn't even think we'd win this week. I definitely don't think we'll be able to win next week, but stay tuned just in case, because either way, we win, we lose, it's going to be a great battle. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on so you do not miss when that battle gets posted. But without further ado, guys, that is going to be it for me. So like I say at the end of every video, I am the Nitro General. I really hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Nitro General's out. Peace.